Yo, what's good everybody? GZTV back with another video, and we are back with some more Breaking Bad. Now, I said I was going to take a break from it tonight, but I think I'm going to try to sneak an episode in. I think me and my dad are going to try to watch one tonight. And then, on stream tonight, I'm going to be watching Friday for the first time. I've never watched the movie Friday, so that's going to be very fun and interesting. I have a whole list of movies I want to get to. Friday is definitely one of them, and we're going to watch that tonight on stream. There are a couple ones on streaming platforms that people are saying are better than Friday, but I've heard a lot from my parents and my family members about how good that movie is, and they've seen it before. If my dad has seen the movie before, I'll probably just watch it separately, and I'll watch the movies with him that he's never seen, like the hidden gems, kind of. But anyways, yeah, that's besides the point. We are back with Breaking Bad here. This is such a good show, man. I mean, it's legendary. It is probably one of the best shows of all time, if not the best show of all time. I don't see any shows topping this, and I know I haven't been watching The Boys lately. We will get to that. Don't worry. There's only 10 episodes left. You know, I'm steadily getting through the series. We'll get through it. We got two more episodes on season 2 and then 8 episodes for season 3. So, we're just going to get through the plot of this show, talk about what people think about it, and then actually, the movie we watched last night, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, the Freddy Krueger movie, of course, we will be reviewing that right after this. Then I might stream on Twitch me playing Multiversus because I have early access to it, and a lot of people have been talking about it, so I watched Twitch for an hour, and we're going to watch that. Just some updates for the channel. Hank Schrader retrieves the GPS tracker that he planted on Gus Fring's car, kind of the developing story, Hank kind of getting on Gus's case. Disappointed that it did not pick up anything suspicious, he decides to investigate the distribution center that Gus owns, so he's really getting on his ass. And yes, Hank is right, but a lot of things are pointing at that he's wrong. Walter White warns Mike Ehrmantraut of this, but asks him not to hurt Hank. It is his family. He doesn't want Mike. He doesn't want Gus to do anything to him because he knows that if it comes down to it, they're probably going to have to put a bullet in that man's head. Like, I don't know if Hank really knows what he's dealing with just yet. He seems like, or he thinks that he's dealing with this innocent businessman that does meth on the side. So I guess if he's accusing him of doing meth, then he knows that he's probably a really smart guy if he hasn't gotten caught by now. Walter later meets with Jesse Pinkman and again expresses dissatisfaction that he has not yet killed Gus. Now that relationship is going to spill all over the place later in this episode, but we will get to that. Skylar White tells Walter the car wash is doing so well that he may be able to quit cooking meth, and I don't think Walter's going to want to do this. His feet are already so deep into this business that he really can't give up on Gus. Even though he doesn't really trust Gus at this point, he can't give up. I don't think he wants to. Ted Beneke, Skylar's old boss, obviously with whom she had an affair with, arrives at the car wash and tells her that he is being audited for tax fraud. So, I mean, if he's being audited, she's involved because she's a bookkeeper. So, kind of some conflict for Skylar White. Nothing a little bit of Walter's cash wouldn't be able to solve. That's why Walter got the cash in case some bad shit happened. And for a rainy day, of course. Since he was aware of the ongoing fraud and as his former accountant signed off on the books, Skylar could also be implicated. Yes, that is very true. She attends Ted's audit and pretends to be oblivious, underqualified, and completely ignorant of accounting practices. She says ignorance doesn't mean criminality. Like, if you don't know the laws, you're not going to be really held accountable for them. I mean, this is just putting more blame on fucking Ted. This is just manipulating Ted and, putting more of the heat on him at this point. Now believing the fraud was simply massive ignorance, the special agent drops any potential prison time for Ted, but he is still ordered to pay back taxes and find more money than he can afford. So they take his prison sentences out of the equation and just kind of charge him more money, which is bad for him because he probably couldn't have even afforded the $100,000. He's going to have to sell his business. He's probably going to have to sell his house, and he might have to live with the Whites, honestly. Or they could pay for him for rent somewhere. I don't know. Hold on, I gotta text my mom because people cannot stop bothering me. Skylar later ventures into the crawl space underneath the White residence, suggesting she is intending to draw out cash for Walter's stash to cover Ted's crippling $600,000 IRS bill to kind of get them out of this situation. They already have enough to deal with, and she's like, you know what? We have the money. Walt pulls in this every like month, 600, like every single fucking month. He pretty much gets. Meanwhile, Walter sees Tyrus Kit outside of Hank's house and calls the police, forcing Tyrus to leave. He's like, hey, stop fucking stalking my family. I know he's getting on Gus's case. He's doing his job. We need to go with the flow here. We do not need to do force action against him yet. I will take care of it. It's kind of savage. Like, he rolls his window down right in front of Tyrus and just starts calling the police. I have a man in a blue sedan stalking a house here and says his address. A cartel sniper, this is crazy, opens fire on the distribution center, killing a henchman and firing on others until Gus walks out and stands in the line of fire with his arms outstretched. Do you want to fucking kill me? Seriously? Fucking do it. I'm the boss of this operation. If you kill me, it's not going to go well for you guys. You guys, first of all, you're probably all going to get fucked up by Mike and all my cohorts. Second of all, I'm just reminding myself of that one TikTok. Second of all, you fucking need me here. Mike later explains to Jesse that the cartel needs to keep Gus alive for his distribution network. Otherwise, it wouldn't be successful. So he has a purpose, unlike what they were trying to say to him in 89 in the other episode. They bring the dead henchman to the lab to dissolve his body in acid, and Mike threatens to kill Walter if he ever calls the police on Mike's people again. He fucking had to do it. You're not gonna kill his brother-in-law. You have to meet a, what do you call that? Fuck, I can't. A compromise. You have to compromise in business. I know that Walter's not as, he's probably bigger than Mike in this business. Let's be honest here. At Gus's house, Gus tells Jesse, so Jesse pulls up to Gus's house because he has a lot of questions, and Walt is like, here, this is the opportunity for you to kill Gus. Gus tells Jesse that he has given in to the cartel's demands to split territory and that Jesse will be sent to Mexico to teach them how to cook the blue meth. Not fucking Walter. He's sending Jesse. Like, what the hell are you doing, Gus? That's a shitty decision. Gus is going to realize it very quick. Jesse has an opportunity to poison the stew that Gus makes, but decides not to risk it. Because he's fucking eating the stew. Maybe Gus thought of that. I don't fucking know. An overwhelmed Jesse meets with Walter and begs him for help about cooking meth for the cartel, but lies about seeing Gus. Walter knows this. He took the same tracker. Hey, he learned from Hank. Hank helped him here. Put the tracker in Jesse Pinkman's car, realized he went to his house, stayed there for 2 hours, and didn't fucking kill the guy. Walter ignores Jesse's pleas and reveals that he put a GPS tracker in Jesse's car and knew that he was in Gus's house. That's why the episode's called Bug, because we're out here bugging people's cars, revealing where they've been. Yeah. He begins to confront Jesse for failing to kill Gus, but a furious Jesse, feeling betrayed, throws the GPS tracker at Walter's head. So this ensues a full-out fucking war in his house between these two. It's a pretty funny fight scene. I was kind of laughing when I watched it, but at the same time, I was like, oh my god. At the beginning of the episode, they kind of foreshadowed to this with, Walter, like, bleeding, dripping. His glasses sprawled out on the floor. Yeah, it is kind of crazy. And Jesse saying he feels betrayed, but he's fucking going with Gus's plans. They're supposed to rebel against Gus. He's been doing shitty things. He's been killing people. I don't know, or not killing people. He's just been a fucking oddball character, I guess. Walt furiously rushes at Jesse and they engage in a brutal fight, wrecking the living room before Jesse gains the upper hand. So Jesse wins this fucking fight, which I fucking hate that he does. I want Walter to win this fight. We're obviously on Walter White's side. Like, that couldn't be more obvious at this point. Walt does pull off a couple maneuvers, some pretty badass Heisenberg hand-to-hand combat here. Jesse gets to his feet and tells Walter to leave his house and never return. So Jesse wants nothing to do with Walter ever again, so this develops kind of a rift in their relationship. We'll see how that kind of develops through the coming episodes. Let's see the reception of this. It was a B+ episode apparently. Several Rubicons were crossed, including 3 enormous no going back decisions 3 of the characters have to make. It is one of the worst episodes apparently. I don't know. I thought it was cool, but okay, sure. Let it be your way. I don't really have much to say about this. There wasn't too much reception. You know, at this point, people weren't that invested in the series just because they had a couple of boring episodes. But I think it's a really good. I think it's a really good part of the show. You know, we're having developments. Development is key here. If you don't have developments in a TV show and you're just going for action, it's just shock porn at its finest. You know what I mean? So it's good that they're kind of bringing this, like, this shows the skill, this shows the creativity in the story writing and the directing. It just shows creativity. It shows like the actual skill, and it shows the art behind filmmaking. Like, when you don't just focus on action, and you can still make your show good by putting like different storylines in there, and I think it's amazing. Anyways, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm about to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors. We're about